5:30 starts right now.
One man is dead tonight, another charged in connection to his death. This after a crash over on the city's southwest side.
San Antonio police say the crash happened around 10 o'clock last night in the 9400 block of Southwest Loop 410 near Old Pearsall Road. They say the victim, a 24-year-old man, was a passenger in a Honda Civic that was headed south in the main lanes when the driver of the car drove across the entrance ramp. We're told the car cut in front of an SUV, which officers say then slammed into the car on the passenger side. The victim pronounced dead at the scene. The driver and passenger inside the SUV were both injured. Police say the driver of the car has been charged with manslaughter. The name of the victim has not yet been released. That crash remains under investigation. SAPD also investigating after a body was found in a ditch this morning along the access road of I-35 near Kiowa Street. Investigators say the body was that of a man possibly in his mid-20s. It's unclear how long the man had been there, but they say a damaged bicycle was near his body along with the black backpack. The Bexar County Medical Examiner's Office is working to identify him. A suspect wanted in connection to the death of his own 8-month-old baby is in police custody tonight. Alejandro Martinez arrested yesterday and charged with injury to a child. Detectives say last month Martinez was arguing with the child's mother at the Merida Apartments in the 2100 block of Northeast Loop 410. Investigators say during that argument a gun went off, striking the baby girl and the mother. Both were taken to the hospital. The baby later died from their injuries. After being released from the hospital, the mother, Ruby Mora, was arrested and charged with injury to a child. Police say Martinez went on the run, but was finally tracked down at a motel along Interstate 35. Well, we are now past Election Day, and for the most part, San Antonio voters were decisive when it came to who will represent them on the city council. But 2 city council races will have to be determined in a runoff election. Over in District 1, the incumbent, Mario Bravo, ended last night with 26% of the vote, while his opponent, Sup Kaur, led with 34%, and all 8 candidates were vying for the D1 seat. And voters in District 7 will also be heading back to the polls. Newcomers Marina Aldrete Gavito and Dan Rossiter will face each other in that runoff. Aldrete Gavito received 43% of the votes to Rossiter's 21%. The runoff is set for June 10th. And last night, voters overwhelmingly showed their support for current Mayor Ron Nirenberg, giving him an easy victory, securing a 4th and final 2-year term. Nirenberg received more than 61% of the vote. He is now one of the longest-serving mayors in the city, following Henry Cisneros. In total, he has served the city now for 10 years, including his time as a city councilman. And the contentious ballot item Prop A also voted down with a resounding 72% of the vote. San Antonio voters saying no to Prop A, the measure only able to poll 28% of votes in favor of it. We, of course, have a complete rundown of all the results from the San Antonio races, plus we have election results from other surrounding areas. Just head over to KSAT.com. A man wanted for terrorizing and robbing convenience store employees at gunpoint is now in custody. Police say 29-year-old Samuel Crawford was responsible for a string of robberies across all 4 corners of the city over the past several weeks. Detectives identified Crawford as their suspect, and thanks to tips from the public and some help from the Universal City Police Department, SAPD officers located and arrested Crawford without incident. Around Texas now, 7 people were killed when a driver plowed through a crowd outside of a homeless shelter in the valley in Brownsville. Police say the man behind the wheel was driving recklessly when he ran those people over early this morning. As many as 6 people were taken to the hospital. That shelter, known for helping migrants with housing. Witnesses at the scene detained the driver until officers got there. Border Patrol agents are now helping with that investigation. Police say the driver is now facing a number of charges. Let's get to the latest now on the deadly mass shooting at an outlet mall in North Texas. Today, investigators identifying that shooter as they continue to search for a motive. ABC's Melissa Aden is in Allen, Texas, with more on the investigation and video of the suspect as he arrived at the mall and started his killing spree.
Investigators from the FBI, along with local law enforcement officers, searched the home of the suspect, 33-year-old Mauricio Garcia, who allegedly opened fire at a Texas outdoor mall Saturday afternoon.
guess that's right at the end.
Authorities are reviewing this graphic video showing the moment the gunman stepped out of a vehicle and opened fire at the Allen Premium Outlets, sending shoppers running for safety.
There's this guy dressed in all black, wearing a vest, has an assault rifle, and he's just shooting at people.
Allen Police Chief saying an officer who was at the mall heard the gunfire and responded, shooting and killing the suspect.
Shooter is down.
We believe at this point that the shooter acted alone.
This surveillance video shows an employee at the mall leading customers to a service corridor. Police secured the scene and evacuated shoppers and employees.
I need somebody to take command on the south side of this outlet mall. We've got thousands of people down there now.
It was very scary. I seriously thought that I was not going to make it out.
Quatina Ely was at the mall. Her parents were outside.
He began firing towards them and they began to run and they both fell to the ground. Maybe he thought that he had shot them, so he turned the gun and began shooting in the other direction.
The community now mourning for the 8 victims who were killed and praying for those who are currently being treated at the hospital. The victims range in age from 5 to 61 years old. Texas Governor Greg Abbott plans to visit Allen, Texas Sunday afternoon, saying he wants to help begin the process of providing hope and healing. As authorities work to determine what the motive was for this outlet mall mass shooting, one avenue that investigators are looking into is if this was a possible act of domestic terrorism, and that's according to multiple law enforcement sources. Melissa Adon, ABC News, Allen, Texas.
Shifting gears as we head back home, the streets of Midtown were closed earlier today for the YMCA of Greater San Antonio's biannual Cyclovia event. It's an opportunity to promote health and wellness for people of all ages. Our Alyssa Cole was there at Maverick Park where the event took place.
Today is the spring Cyclovia event, and thousands of people are expected to come out, bike, run, and have a great time in the streets. This is the 21st year where the YMCA has put on the event where people line up and participate in physical activities, try out delicious treats and eats, and visit different vendors for bike repairs and more. The city also shut down several streets between Maverick, Crockett, and Madison parks, allowing people to enjoy playing in the streets without worrying about traffic. Something different this year, the City Metropolitan Health Department set up a booth offering free COVID-19 and flu vaccines. YMCA officials say the purpose of this event is to promote community engagement.
Just to encourage them to get to know one another, get to explore the city a little bit more, bring the community together. I know the last couple of years it's been hard on everyone, and so just giving them more opportunities to come together.
The YMCA of Greater San Antonio puts this event on biannually, so that's twice a year. The next event is slated to be happening in late September. So if you didn't get a chance to make it out today, you can make it out for the fall event. Reporting downtown San Antonio, Alyssa Cole, KSAT 12 News.
Coming up, Microsoft offering you a way to try out AI technology. We'll tell you exactly what you'll need to access the program.
Making AI accessible to all, Microsoft is allowing the general public to now use its new AI-powered Bing search engine.
Interesting. To use it, though, people just need to sign in with the Edge browser. The expansion follows a limited debut that happened about 3 months ago of a Bing model that used ChatGPT technology. That version is a source of controversy, though, due to accuracy and tone. But a Microsoft spokesperson says the company is steadily improving upon it.
People use Bing. If you're not a fan of the Microsoft Edge browser, Google is apparently adding similar AI features to its search engine. So we'll just speed up the takeover of AI.
All right, let's go outside with live cam here this evening. We've kept the cloud cover around for the most part here in San Antonio this Sunday. When we combine that with the few light passing showers at times, that's generally held temperatures at bay, but it is still plenty humid out there. That humidity sticks with us as we head into the upcoming work week, as well as daily chances to find some rain and storm activity on the radar. Here's the thing, it's not going to be for everybody each and every day, but it is going to be a week where we're going to need to keep the rain gear handy. We also have a little bit of activity out there right now, so we'll get you a full look at the radar and time out those upcoming storm chances after the break. Well, it hasn't been a washout of a day, but it was a rumbly start earlier this morning, especially across portions of the coastal plains. We actually managed to find some scattered thunderstorms that were able to develop. Here in San Antonio, though, it's just been a few light to moderate passing showers at times. Most of us are dry, but you can see a few sprinkles out there here in Bexar County this hour. Nothing crazy of note. We do have a few showers that continue to work their way farther up to the northeast, though, across our far southeastern counties. A little splash of rain just passed through Cuero as well as Yorktown. Some of that activity stretching over into Karnes and Wilson counties closer to the Highway 181 corridor. And most of our western counties are pretty dry right now, but we do have some storm development that we've been monitoring over the past hour or so over the mountains of Mexico. We'll see if we can find some of that activity to hold together as it does slowly work its way up to the northeast. It is possible we have to monitor for an isolated strong storm across our far western counties this evening, but just that, pretty isolated and few and far between. The better bet for severe weather this evening off to our north across portions of the hill country, stretching up to the big country near the I-20 corridor for places like San Angelo as well as Abilene. But yes, we will need to monitor our far western counties before the day is done to see if we can't find a strong to potentially even severe thunderstorm survive into that portion of our area crossing over the Rio Grande. We will need to keep eyes on that for places like Eagle Pass stretching over to Del Rio. Then as we head into the overnight hours, we'll keep a 10 to 20% potential for a few isolated showers in the forecast. By tomorrow morning, the cloud cover returns, really sticks with us there too, and a few sprinkles certainly possible. I do think as we head into Monday afternoon, we could find a little bit more sunshine. And while this model doesn't necessarily show it, I'm still going to keep a 20 to 30% potential to find. Yes, a few more isolated showers to a thunderstorm or two into the afternoon, just because we have seen these disturbances roll across the Lone Star State over the past several days, thanks to the weather pattern that we are currently set up in. But notice here on your futurecast as we head into Monday evening and Monday night, 9, 10, 11 p.m., even into the early morning hours of our Tuesday, coverage could very well increase. Some scattered rain and thunderstorms do look possible. And that's going to be the theme each and every day into this upcoming week. It's not going to touch your backyard each and every day, but we will have the potential to find some activity out there on the radar. So definitely plan on keeping the umbrella handy should you briefly need to use it. All right, temperature wise, 80 degrees right now. Again, the cloud cover really helping keep those temperatures below average here in San Antonio this afternoon. A little bit warmer for places like Del Rio, stretching over to Cotulla, areas that have been able to find a few more peaks of sunshine out there today as well. Dew points still very elevated and muggy, and that's not going to change into our Monday. So it is going to be a muggy start, upper 60s, low 70s out there on the thermometer. As we head into the afternoon, temperatures climbing into the 80s. And yes, if we do find some more sunshine, daytime highs should top off in the upper 80s, low 90s, feeling more like the mid to upper 90s because of that mugginess in the air. So a lot to monitor here each and every day into the upcoming week. And yes, next weekend, maybe higher coverage of rain and storms. So it is looking a bit more unsettled over the next several days, guys.
Mia will be busy.
Yes.
We'll be watching.
I will not be busy painting, apparently, but I'll wait for a window
Yes.
for that. Thank you, Mia. All right, Andrew finally joined us to tell us about if the UTSA baseball team was able to pull off a sweep.
Yeah, they got the brooms out today trying to bat the Owls out of the bird bath. When we come back, we'll break down UTSA's incredible offensive showing at home. Plus, TLU softball was on an incredible run coming into today. Could they get the job done in the SCSC tournament? Got that too next. Fourth straight game at the Bird Bath. UTSA baseball going for the series sweep of Rice this afternoon. The Roadrunners needed 2 late inning rallies to win their last 2 outings, but they set the tone today. Bottom of the third, game tied at 1. Not anymore. Antonio Valdez crushes one deep to left center. That is out of here for a 3-run blast, part of a 4-run inning, all with 2 outs, and UTSA goes up 5-1. Doesn't take long for Rice to respond, though. Top of the 4th, Guy Garibay hammers his own 3-run jack to right. That caps a 5-run inning, and the Owls vault back in front 6-5. So once again, UTSA has to put on the rally caps. Bottom 6, Caleb Hill gets all of that one. That's another homer. This one's a solo shot, and it ties it up at 6-all. The inning continues, though. Bases loaded for Leighton Berry. See you later. He parks the first pitch he sees over the right field fence for a grand slam. That caps a 6-run frame. Get out the brooms. UTSA wins it 11-6.
I was just ready for a fastball. That pitcher specifically is a guy who's got a good fastball, and I know that he was going to try and challenge me with it in that spot. So I was ready for the fastball, and I got it, and I didn't miss it.
We try to just have a good at-bat. Don't worry about scoring runs. Just try to have a good at-bat, and then if everybody keeps doing that, you're going to score. But it's not always that easy. So we do have some good hitters, but, the scoreboard doesn't reflect it. But we pitched well. Rice can hit. And the pitchers just kept coming back. I think we used 9 pitchers in the 3 games, and I thought 8 of them pitched well. I'm proud of them. They pitched tough.
Next up, UTSA hosts Dallas Baptist for a 3-game series to effectively decide the Conference USA title. Game 1 is Friday night at 6 p.m. Meanwhile, UTSA senior golfer Cameron Carrion will tee off tomorrow at TPC San Antonio, the Oaks course, in the San Antonio Regional of the NCAA Championships. This is the same course that is featured on the Valero Texas Open. The Roadrunners are hosting the regional, and Carrion knows the Oaks well, but that doesn't mean it's going to be easy.
The finishing holes, 16, 17, 18, they're tough, they're challenging, but they're the most well-known. Number 1, it's one of the most hardest starting holes on the PGA Tour. It's actually ranked like that. So I'm looking for par right there. It's honestly just an overall beautiful experience.
Carrion will tee off on the 10th hole for round 1 tomorrow morning at 9:50 a.m. After losing their first game in the ACAC tournament, TLU has battled all the way back to qualify for the championship series today against St. Thomas. The Bulldogs needed 2 more wins to claim the title in Game 1. Pick it up top of the 3rd. Bulldogs down 1-0. Kaylee Clark slaps a chopper up the middle and beats the throw to first. Isabella Rodriguez scores, and we're all tied at 1. But St. Thomas takes the lead back in the bottom of the 4th on an RBI groundout. That ends up being the game-winning run, and TLU's incredible run comes up short of a tournament title, 2-1. For the 4th time in the last 5 years, the Johnson baseball team will play in the area round. The Jaguars squared off against New Braunfels in the Class 6A by-district round over the weekend and swept the Unicorns 2-0 and 5-1. But Game 2 was up for grabs in the top of the 3rd. Johnson trailed 1-0 and faced a bases-loaded situation with nobody out. But Johnson pitcher Tyler Walton got the next batter out with a pop-up and then struck out the next 2 batters to escape the jam with no extra damage. That proved to be a turning point as the Jags came back to win it in the 5th. How did Walton get through it?
Coach Aggies came out there and talked to me, and he pumped me up a little bit, and then it was good. I mean, we're good. They're a good team, and we came out, and my team had my back.
He had to find his stuff, and he got back after it. And, we got a good defense. We just got to trust our defense. I think that's really just came down to he decided he was going to throw it in there and give us a chance to play the baseball, and ended up having a couple strikeouts, and it ended up big for us.
Next up, the Jags will take on Austin Bowie in the area round. San Antonio FC returns to action tonight in Sin City, ready to take on Las Vegas Lights FC. The Alamo City Club has hit a rough patch lately and have fallen to 6th in the Western Conference standings with only 13 points. Some of that has to do with recent roster turnover. San Antonio FC usually plays games on Saturday, and head coach Alan Marcinez says having an extra day to work with the new faces has really helped.
We have a lot of new players, not by design, but all kind of came in at one time. A lot of those players were signed at different times, and believe me, we're not complaining. It's good to have all the players, and we got the opportunity to work both on and off the field in some cohesive activities. So we took advantage of that extra day of training to be able to implement that, and with time and sticking to the process, we'll bear the fruit that comes with it.
San Antonio FC is currently tied at 1 apiece near the end of the first half. We'll have highlights and reaction from this game tonight on Instant Replay. Last but not least, the undefeated San Antonio Gunslingers return to action this afternoon after a bye week, taking on the Fayetteville Mustangs. Early 4th quarter, game tied at 27. Quarterback Arvell Nelson slings it to Khalid Rashad for the go-ahead touchdown. Nelson accounted for 6 total TDs on the day, and San Antonio remains undefeated with a 40-27 victory. That'll do it for sports. We are back after the break.
All right, coverage will be low, but the best chances of finding a strong storm this evening in our far western counties. So we'll watch that activity over the mountains of Mexico right now. And then after that, those daily rounds, at least chances to find some additional storms in the forecast. So yes, definitely keep your KSAT Weather Authority app handy this week.
Got it ready.
Good advice. That's all of our time. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here for the Night Beat.
Have a good evening.